Hello, my name is Misty Severio, and this presentation is the ultimate crash course to an effective and engaging Techie classroom. And I teach first grade, so this would be specifically for elementary, but you can also alter it and make changes for the upper grades. I am an iTech teacher, and I teach at Preon Lake Elementary, a tech showcase teacher for Calcasieu Parish. I work for the tech department over the summer at Tech Camp. I help them create content on um, Canva. I've done a lot of different things for them, presented, helped with the tech bus. So technology is definitely one of my passions. And I have been teaching for 15 years. I have presented at our district tech conference since 2012. I have presented at LaQ many times, star teacher. I had the honor of being the 2015 LaQ elementary teacher of the year. And I have presented at TCEA. And LaQ has been my very first conference in 2008, and I have loved it ever since. This is just one of sometimes with technology, teachers are scared or think it's going to take over, but this is just a little quote about integrating technology into your curriculum. So the first one, I know this is an oldie, but it is a goodie. So Seesaw is definitely something that we've started years ago, but I've never shied away from. I've always come back to for a lot of different reasons. For the parent contact, they get they can see what their kids are doing at that moment live. They can comment. There are also different updates in Seesaw. They, for the parents, removing the promo message. They have improved a lot of things. The text frame, you could unsave more easily. And then the web self-timer mode for the camera. Also, if you've never used, they have different activities now that you can use for free. They do have some that you have to pay, but free is good for me. These are some things that you can do with Seesaw: the sentence stems, the audio. You can use labels to add word banks, so you can create things as well, not only just use other people's activities. Instructional videos, you can create mini lessons and use the microphone to record demos. So with our Eureka Math, some things are difficult because as parents, we did not learn that type of way and those strategies. So creating little instructional videos for the parents is really helpful. And I do it on Seesaw. Pink Cat Games, it's an awesome activity. You can use it. I use it for tutoring. If you have, say, 5 to 10 minutes between lunch, if you're done with your curriculum, I usually use these, and you could pull up any type of skill that you need, any math, any grammar, science, social studies, and it's fun, really fun games that you can use. Now, the teacher license, $30 a year, it's totally worth it to use it, and it has all types of activities for pre-K all the way up to 12th grade. And all you would have to do was go to the default, change the settings of what grade level you want, and it will populate for you. Flip, I know it's Flip now, but I always still say Flipgrid. And this is just an example of my pod that I use. Sometimes they like to record themselves, but they don't want anybody watching. So I provide a little pod form. It's fun. And I also use it as a green screen. And they can sign up if your district is Google or Microsoft. You can create any subject with activities. I do a lot of book reviews or book summaries. And it is Microsoft Immersive Readers in there, closed captioning. You can add annotations to videos. You can mix tape or combine all different videos together. And you can also comment on each other's to celebrate work. So a lot of them, what I would do weekly is with our curriculum, I would ask them to give me a summary about the story, say Hansel and Gretel. I prompt them, and then they give me the summary. They can also add on to that. They can comment on each other's videos as well. So it's a fun, engaging activity to get to make sure that they understand what we've done that week. Chatter picks. is one that I used a long time ago. Kind of tried some new things, but I always come back to this one. With Chatterpix, you can use any subject you want. There are already made activities on Teacher Pay Teachers if you want to check those out. You can do examples of that or book reviews, summaries. You can bring history alive. So you can take a picture of a George Washington book, Martin Luther King book. You take a picture of it. You draw a line on its mouth, and then you can say you want to give a Martin Luther King speech. All you would have to do was put the line on its mouth, take a picture of his face, quote the speech, and then you will be able to go ahead and see it come alive. So his mouth is moving. It's pretty remarkable, and it also helps them understand what they're working with. Also, geography. You can, some examples of the San Francisco cable cars. You can take a picture and then have somebody give a history of those cable cars. So that's a fun activity that you can do. I do a lot of, because I teach first grade, a lot of summaries, and take a picture of the first page of their book, of the character, and then they can read the book to you or give a summary. ABC. This is absolutely one of my favorite websites. I've used it since, 4 years. Always go back to this one. I always have this one at a center rotation when I'm working in small group. It goes from pre-K all the way up to 6th grade and higher. If you have someone struggling, I just put a few examples of things right here. It has a main page on there, all the games, all the grade levels where you can separate into that. There are also the activities or set. If you click on it, it shows you the Common Core standard as well. So say that if an admin walks in and like, are they playing on a game? They are, but it is actually aligned to a Common Core standard, and we are working on that. Whatever you want to do, it's all education based. I like to I put a picture of the writing. It kind of gets the kids engaged. I also like to do the fridge. So I have our spelling words or vocabulary words listed, kind of posted somewhere, and they take those fridge letters. It's just those little magnetic letters, and they put them on the fridge. They can save it to that computer for me to make sure that they've done it. Usually you can use it on the iPad, but I have to say the laptop is much easier for them, so they could save it so they can manipulate. But you can do either one. Go to Safari as well. Okay, Epic. If you have not used Epic, I think everybody has. But if you have not, it is free for teachers. It has saved me because I have books in my classroom and we have a library, but it does not have all of the 40,000 books that Epic provides. And the cool thing is I have built collections out of them. So we use a fairy tale unit. So I will find all fairy tales, put it into a collection, and then shoot it out to them, and it will go on their mailbox. They absolutely love it. They can read the books on there, take AR test at our school. I always suggest reading it a few times, especially with first grade, to make sure they comprehend the story. You can use it as a listening center. Books also has the highlighted words. I project books on the board. It's kind of one of those things. If I have some extra time, put that on there. One of my newest favorite is novel effects. They have added so many new books. And it's for teachers. Now our school does have a paid subscription for it. It has a lot of all the bells and whistles, and it's pretty remarkable. If I have a book, I pull it up. Sometimes I'll pull up or I'll look and see what books they have, and then I'll go to the public library and check them out because they love the voices. They love the sound effects. It keeps them engaged and wanting to listen, to read, to see my fluctuation in my voice, how I read things. So it's so beneficial to have some reading time in elementary to your students. Okay, so these are kind of this Gimkick. Look at is an actual game. It's a gaming website, and if you're not familiar with it, for Blookit, what I do is I definitely use this one all the time. I'll put some reviews on there. I also take that review and create a homework link, and I take that link and then I send it to them on a remind to let them know we have BB Comms as well. to let them know, practice at home. This is a review. So it's a fun way to practice. They have so many different ones. I do pay for the subscription. It was so cheap. I got it on a sale. I always do. If I pay for anything, I have to know that it's worth it. And now I can actually record my voice for the questions, because at times it's very, very difficult for first grade to walk around and read the questions. So I record my voice with the paid subscription, and it's much easier for them that they can do independent practice and review. So what I like about GimKick, though, it does have a waiting room, so you can kind of they can sit around and play games. They can chase each other. They really like that, because if I'm helping someone else out, it is for all grades, all ages. You do not have to create. There are lots of different things already made that you can use. CuraPod is one of the newest things that I have played around with, and I have some examples of what you can do, the what do I know, what I want to know, what I have learned. You can use digital escape rooms. You can use OneNote or Genially for that one. CuraPod, I just started doing this one, so I really like it. I kind of play around with it towards the end of the year. And of course, I told you about Blooket. Now, they could play a little game, Flappy Birds, right before. So there is an option that you can play on Blooket. And I do like the paid subscription just because you can play games as well. New games. Sometimes they give you a little trial where you can play the brand new up and coming game, like the Christmas one, for a small period of time. Okay, thank you. So sorry. So my two favorite morning type of SEL activities is my Jamboard and Padlet. What I've done is in the morning, I'll pull up a Padlet and ask them a question like, how are you feeling? What was your day like? Or what was your night like? Is there something you want to tell me? How are you feeling? And so they go there, they would click on, they have been trained and they've taught how to do it. Jamboard, you can do the same exact thing. You can have them after a lesson kind of collaborate with each other, post what they know, post what they want to know. But Padlet was definitely something that I used for my SEL, but you can also do many other things with Padlet. And this is for all ages and all grades. And I just gave some explanations. You can link the videos and games. You can respond to the content questions. That's what I really, really like about Padlet. And then now you will need for Jamboard, you need a Google account, which it is free. And I gave you some examples. You can write on documents. An example is for math, the place value grid and the sticky notes. And you could use SEL questions as well, just that morning meeting check-in for Jamboard. It just kind of depends on your preference. Okay, Pear Deck and Boom Chords. All subjects and grade levels. For Pear Deck, you can present. What I like about it is you can take my PowerPoint, I can present it to everyone. They log in, joinpd.com. They put in that code, and then each of them have an ability to manipulate, answer questions on there. I can see it live. I can comment on it, have them make changes, have a group discussion about it. So Pear Deck is very, very beneficial. For Boom Chords, let me kind of go to Boom Chords, all subjects as well. You can get the immediate feedback. You can pay for the subscription where you get the reports, but if you do not want to pay for that, you don't have to check progress, but the students can earn badges and gems. They can be used on any computer and device. I have paid for it, especially with RTI, to keep track of their progress. I do the code where it lasts for 14 days, and I'll do a math and an ELA lesson. I'll put the code up, and then they can, the fast pen, and they do those activities. So just a little extra practice, and it doesn't, hurt to have some extra practice with that, but not being tracked. And sometimes I do have them screenshot their iPad to let me know that they've done it. So it's a fun activity. Okay, Cami, I've started to play around with it. I wanted to introduce it. You do have a free 90-day trial. Lafayette Parish uses it. Cactus Parish now uses it, and I'm sure maybe some other parishes use it. Now tomorrow I'm actually going to the really big Cami travel presentation, so I'm going there tomorrow morning to learn more about Cami. What I've done now is I've taken PDF assignments. I've used text over it. I've saved them. You can take a whole PowerPoint, but just save just that one slide as a PDF. You can create assignments, just kind of have some audio comments. I like the screen record. There's an extension on Chrome that I use. You can assign a Cami account assignment to the students. You can create learning management systems, accessibility. Cami has everything. And you can also make a file for students to collaborate with. So that's one of the awesome things. And I cannot wait to learn about all the extra bells and whistles. These are just some of the basics that I have used and I have learned. Okay, robots. I know these do cost money, but I have to say you can buy one of the little purple mouse mice at on Amazon. I think they were $14. So if you do not have the funds to buy a Sphero now with our district or tech department, we can check out items. I have a few of them myself just from going to tech classes. I get tech points, but you can purchase these on your own. I'm sure on Amazon they're cheaper now. You do not have to get the bulk plus, but you could just get a basic Sphero. And these are some websites that I provided that you can, for coding. I have to say that Scratch is much easier than Tinker for my students. It is more block coding, so they do love Scratch Junior. But I just wanted to provide those websites for you. For Sphero, I absolutely love it. You can help them just to drive, but also I have provided like spelling words. I put them on stickers on the floor, and then I have a student drive that Sphero to that spelling word or math problem. So you can use Sphero to drive, but also to teach content as well. These are some new websites that I have started playing around with. The Toy Theater, phonics and stuff, especially if you have followed the science of reading, it is big. We went through all of that training. The Didax has all of the virtual manipulatives, and you can use all of these for all ages. And this is just the website for Didax. It's just didax.com. Phonics and stuff is just www.phonicsandstuff.com. Toy Theater, toytheater.com. Okay, so I have two different websites right here. So one of them has a website link going to a school, Massachusetts college, that has all of their updates for things that they've learned in college for the upcoming websites, technology tools, technology websites, and they keep it updated. So I provided that website right there. Also, the bit.ly is the Techie Teacher Math. It has everything. The Techie Teacher, if you follow her on Instagram, there's a lot of social media for her there. You can find so many different math manipulatives. She has everything so beautifully separated and easy to use. So these are very, very beneficial. I definitely hope that you've learned at least one thing in here. I know I wasn't able to show you some websites. I may go back and do a second video on that as well to show you the lots. There's so many awesome different features on each of these apps and websites. So hopefully one of these you can use or share with your teachers and staff. Thank you so much for listening. Oh, one more thing. I'm so glad I stopped. before I say goodbye, I have all of these websites, and this is the last slide, I promise, of the new things that I am playing around with. The Lumio Smart Tech, all of the digital learning tools that I have found, some of the brand new ones that I have played around with. I'm just not, I haven't used enough to share. So the QRtune.com, spinnerwheel.com, drawosaurus.com, mathmonks.com, aha puzzles. These are for those higher order questions. I really like that one. A lot of my reach and gifted students really like the aha puzzles, and Funterra. So these are really beneficial. Some things that you can maybe have at a rotation, or if you just like one of these, kind of check them out to see if you would want to use one of these in your classroom, or you would want to share. Again, thank you so much. And if you have any questions, you can find me on any social media at Crazy About Teaching, Crazy with a K, or Misty, MISTY.Savario, SAVARIO, at cpsb.org, or at gmail.com. And I'm so proud to be a LaQ ambassador this year, and I hope to see everyone in December. I hope you have a great day. Thank you.